I'm about to show you a Voltron commander that shuts down every single other Voltron commander that uses any kind of auras or spells to buff themselves up. Now, she's not going to help you stop the equipment Voltron commanders because there's no stopping them. But this little lady right here, when I say little, I mean it. She's going to show you exactly how to stop other aura and spell Voltron commanders. So our commander is Ivy Gleeful Spellthief. I told you she was little. She's tiny, maybe a foot tall. Whenever a player, that's right, not you, not an opponent, a player, when anybody casts a spell that targets only a single creature other than Ivy, you're allowed to copy it and target Ivy with the copy. That goes for anything, right? So we're going to be casting so many auras, so many spells that are going to help buff Ivy up. But before we get there, we need our mana base. Of course, we got the classic 15 Forests, 15 Island. We're playing Simic. Next, we got the Command Tower, Evolving Wilds, Thornwood Falls, Simic Growth Chamber, Thriving Grove, Thriving Isle, Vine Glimmer Snarl, Arcane Signet, Commander Sphere, and Soul Ring, and of course the Thought Vessel, because we're going to need maximum hand size. If you know me, we're doing card drop. Before we get there, we have Ramp, Cultivate, or Searching. Enter the Unknown, guess what? You can play an additional land this turn, and you get to explore just in case you don't have that land. Explore, play an additional land, draw a card. Scale the Heights, put a +1/+1, gain 2 life, play an additional land, draw a card. Search for Tomorrow. If you have 1 extra green mana, you can suspend this, and in 2 turns, you essentially get a free land. Viewpoint Synchronization, guess what? You search off about 3 basic land cards, 2 on the battlefield, and 1 in your hand. That's not bad. Wild Growth, guess what? You're enchanting a land, it taps for more. Rampaging Growth, guess what? You get a land, it goes on the battlefield. It's a creature if you want it to be right now, but it's still a land in case you want to tap it. Growth Spiral, guess what? You're drawing a card and putting a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Sakura Tribe Elder, you know Sakura Tribe Elder. Sacrifice it, get a land. Nessian Wanderer, whenever an achievement enters the battlefield under our control, which trust me, they will be, you may reveal a land card from among them and put that card into your hand after you look at the top 3 of your library. It's insane. Guess what? Maryleaf Pixie taps for green or blue. Land War Elves taps for green. But guess what? Guess what else we need? Coiling Oracle enters the battlefield, top card of your library. If it's a land, onto the battlefield. Otherwise, it goes into your hand. But of course, you know me. You've seen a Floop Nuke video. We need to draw cards. It's my favorite part of the game. I love drawing cards. Meltus Astronomer. When you cast a spell, it targets him. Look at the top 3 of your library. Reveal an enchantment. Put it into your hand. Stormtracer Drake. Whenever he's a target of a spell you control, draw a card. Tangle Span Lookout. When an aura enters the battlefield, draw a card. Triton Fortune Hunter. When you cast a spell that targets him, draw a card. Snake Umbra. Guess what? Whenever our sweet, sweet Ivy hits somebody, we're drawing a card. Season of Growth. When we cast a spell that targets a creature, which we will be, we're drawing a card. And when a creature enters the battlefield, we get a scry 1. But guess what? Now you're wondering, how are we going to buff up Ivy? It's simple. Aqueous Form. Enchanted creature can't be blocked, and when she attacks, you scry 1. Blanchwood Armor. Now she gets +1/+1 for each forest we control. Boar Umbra. +3/+3, and now she's essentially indestructible. Colossification. Guess what? If you really want to go in, +20/+20, in one turn, you essentially kill whoever you want. This is your guy. Crystal Carapace. Guess what? +3/+3, and Ward. So just in case you don't have Hexproof on her, well, now it costs something to target her. Curator's Wand. Well, guess what? She now is Hexproof. Eel Umbra. She gets +1/+1, everybody's favorite. Hydra's Growth. She get a +1/+1 counter on her. And at the beginning of your upkeep, you double the number of +1/+1 counters on her. You're going to make her unstoppable. Nerd Rage. Guess what? You draw 2 cards, you have no maximum hand size, and whenever she attacks, if you have 10 or more cards in hand, which you will, you get +10/+10 until end of turn. Shielding Plaques. Guess what? Hexproof. Spider Umbra. +1/+1 reach. Guess what? Indestructible. Snake Umbra. We already saw this one. +1/+1. Whenever she deals damage, you draw a card. Traveler's Cloak. Guess what? You get whatever kind of land walk you want. So you're fighting a guy, he's got swamps, now you get swamp walk. You got island walk, you got forest walk, any kind of walk, you got it. Irresistible Prey. In case you want something to block Ivy so you can kill it, you force them to. Slip Through Space. In case you don't want them to block Ivy, make her unblockable. Same thing with Enter the Enigma. These two also help you draw cards. Giant Growth. +3/+3 until end of turn. Give the Viper +1/+1 reach and Death Touch. Repulsive Mutation. You get X +1/+1 counters, and then you counter a target spell. It's phenomenal. Withstand Death. Indestructible this turn. But here's the thing. You're not going to be casting a single one of these on Ivy. Alright? Elusive Otter. You can distribute X +1/+1 counters. Errant Street Artist. You get to copy these spells. You trigger the Twice Favored. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature whenever an enchantment enters. Generous Visitor. When you cast an enchantment, you get a +1/+1 on target creature. None of these things are targeting Ivy. And do you know why? Nyxborn Hydra, guess what? Enters battlefield plus X plus 1 counters on it. You attach it to Ivy because it counts as an aura. Now she's got a +1/+1 and reach and trample. Triton Wave Breaker gets prowess. You can give Ivy prowess. Venerated Rot Priest. Guess what? When a creature you control becomes the target of a spell, target opponent gets a poison counter. It sucks to be them. They're going to be poisoning themselves out. But we're not casting these on Ivy for a good reason. Because Ivy's ability is she copies spells that target other things. So now you're going to have two absolute beasts on the field. Aura Gnarlid. Creatures with power less can't block it. Gets +1/+1 for each aura you got. Legolas. Whenever you cast a spell that targets him, he gets a +1/+1. And when you cast a spell that targets a creature you don't control, he deals damage. We're going to be putting everything on this guy if he's on the field. You essentially have two Ivies. He gets stronger. He is a beast. Triton Cavalry. When you cast a spell that targets him, you return target enchantment to its owner's hand. Wavecrash Triton. When you cast a spell that targets him, you tap a creature an opponent controls. Trigon Predator. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, you destroy artifact or enchantment that player controls. You buff up this guy, you start swinging, you're wiping out the board every single time he swings. Aether Gale. You return 6 target island permanents to their owner's hand. Wipe the board so these guys can swing. Curse of the Swine. We're exiling the threats. Aetherize. Someone tries to swing you, you don't got the blockers, they're going back to your hand, buddy. Beast Within. Destroy target permanent. Boom. Counterspell. Of course, it's blue. We're playing counterspells. Negate, counterspell. And of course, it's a Simic deck. You're playing Simic Ascendancy. What are you, a fool? Are you kidding? All those +1/+1 counters we're making, and you think we're not going to put Simic Ascendancy in a Simic deck? You're going to win the game. And yeah, this is how you're going to be looking at your opponents right here. Because you win. You're going to swing for 21 commander like it's nothing. I'm Floop Nuke. Have a good one.